All right, we're going to skip the intro. You guys all know I have a theme song because I am a songwriter. I'm self taught and I wrote an entire album before I was 25 years old. And today's episode is Lucky. That's me right here. The Hemingway Challenge, that's right. This is a television show, if that's what they're still calling it, called the Hemingway Challenge. Now, we all know that Jackass is over. And in case you don't know, a lot of films will get their budget in advance, and then they kick out people like Bam Margera by running ops on him through their Meta app. And that's what they did for the last Jackass. That's why they kicked him out. That's how they kicked him out. And I have 20 years of experience with this, so I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. But anyways, so Jackass is over. It's played out. It's been played out. I can't remember the last one I saw, but they got what's known as a buyout. And that's what I got when I was working as an actor in New York for over a decade. Like I said, I spent 10 years in Detroit and I taught myself to be a songwriter, and I was very prolific, and I didn't know sissies like James Kenneth Graham and the rest of these MFers were so jealous. I had no idea, because I'm not jealous of anybody. Because if there's something that I want to do, I just go out and do it, like I'm doing right here today. This is the Hemingway Challenge, and I talked last time about Chuck Barris, The Gong Show, and those are my heroes. Ricky Lake, her show, Morton Downey Jr., that kind of thing. Okay, and so this is a Hemingway Challenge. So when you talk about Hemingway, we know he's a prolific writer, is very soap opera-ish, but he did write for Hollywood, and his children worked in Hollywood as well, so we know his connection here. And I think this is a better idea than Jackass could ever be, because once again, it's over, and you have this issue about trans females. I'm gonna make somebody mad. In sports, right here. Oh, if you guys want to know about pugilism, check out Rosie Perez on TCM, Turner Classic Movies. Rosie Perez, I worked with her actually on a film called Cop Gives Waitress $2 million Tip. And she knows all about boxing. She introduced a boxing film that I didn't even know existed. So the Hemingway Challenge is what? I'm not going to bother writing it. It's better if I explain it. You got a boxing round. You got to start with boxing. Or it could be like, what is it called? The bull thing? I don't know. Bullfighting. So you got to start with the boxing round. Okay? So you could go 2 rounds of boxing, or you could go 3. But it has to be decided on. And in this, men can fight women, women can fight men, right? Because it's not just about the boxing. Guess why? Because after you decide how many rounds you're going to go, I say 2 rounds, but if you want to go 3, you got to start right away. And again, with boxing, what people don't understand is that you have a weight class. And that's why the UFC became really popular, because after it got started, it was really rough and tumble to start. And then someone took it over and made it corporate. And that's why, we have a corporate president. If you really want to know what's going on, you always look to film, because they kind of give you this predictive future. And a great film is called Killing Them Softly. And you see the Brad Pitt character. He describes America as a corporation. Now, in Killing Them Softly, what they're doing is they're saying that the mob is corporate. And that's the same thing that Scorsese said in Casino, the film. The mob becomes corporate. It's the same thing. You've got to see this film. It's with Scooter Neary and a bunch of other guys, Killing Them Softly. And it's a great little soliloquy that Brad Pitt does. And that's what's going on in America right now. Another film that I study films. And I'm glad that I have cable right now, because they play the same films over and over again. And we talked about that last time as well, because they are using neural programming and neural marketing. Anyways, so, right, another one that I study is Moneyball. Take a look at the film Moneyball. I think it came out in the double aughts somewhere, and look at what's going on now. It's telling us what is going on right now with AI. And Moneyball is the reason we have, what do they call it? It's like, I played flag football, and that's with an L. But it's the fantasy football, and that kind of came from Moneyball as well. And it's showing you what's going on with AI right now. And what was the greatest line in Moneyball? Again, with Brad Pitt. He goes, "We're paying you to get on first, to make it to first, not get thrown out at second." That's fucking great. You got to see this film. There's some other ones that I like too. So you come out, it's a Hemingway challenge. This is more Jackass than Jackass, okay? Because we need a new Jackass. And you come out boxing. Men can fight women, women can fight men. You have to decide that you want to fight each other. And that could be a round of the show as well, okay? If you guys are interested in any of these, all you got to do is contact me. I'm not really sure what's going on. I know that the FBI and the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, are all over me, man. And they won't leave me alone. And you're violating my civil rights, and I don't appreciate it. So we'll see you in court, assholes. That's for you. Please contact me and we can discuss any of my ideas further. I'm putting them out into the ether and you will see them get made. I'm going to reissue my book. It's going to be called Erroneous Unum. And I met Jerry Stahl and I made him laugh. And that made my year of making Jerry Stahl laugh. If you ever want to see Jerry Stahl in action, check out the film Permanent Midnight. And there's a great actor in there named Peter Green. And in that film, Ben Stiller's character, he's playing Jerry Stahl, and he's looking for black tar. He can't find any. He runs into a guy, Peter Green, and he goes, "Well, I don't have that, but I can get you something else." And they start smoking crack. So what they don't tell you in the film is that Peter Green is a police officer. He was part of Freeway Ricky Ross bringing in cocaine into America and teaching people how to smoke this cocaine. Right now, they got Fenty on the streets, and you can smoke Fenty too. And again, you're talking about, like, people don't want to use the needle, and certain people don't want to snort. And so with smoking, because vaping is popular, you can ingest these drugs, especially crystal meth and Fenty, through smoking. Okay, if you need to know anything, I'm a street guy. I'm a street level guy. And that's how I came up, and I go from the streets to the elites. You'll see it yourself. Anyway, so after the boxing round, they have to sit down with an academic, someone like Malcolm Gladwell, who's in my mother's haplo group, according to 23andMe. I do an Aubrey Plaza video. I like Aubrey Plaza because she mentions 23andMe. I do a something called comedy. And in case David Spade or Theo Vaughn ever see this, you know, comedy isn't about being fucking stupid. It's about being clever and witty. And I think certain people forgot that. But of course, we're living in the idiocracy. Everything's dumbed down. No thanks. But so you're talking to a guy who loves, my favorite show is Family Guy. And I've been deconstructing American Dad, and I also study the film The Accountant, Part 1. And so I'm looking forward to see Part 2. Okay. Anyways, so we're talking about the Hemingway Challenge today as a replacement for Jackass. And that way we can get trans girls to fucking fight guys if they want to, or women, right in the ring. You gotta agree to it. You go 3 rounds, then you sit down with an academic, and then they pick a topic. And you have to write an academic paper based on that topic. And you have a half an hour. Now, obviously, this is an edited show. And if you're young, like me, hey, I only started paying payroll taxes in 1978. Where were you? If you're young, like, I'm so, yeah, see. Every time I go like that, that means a librarian is coming over to hit me with a wet noodle. So I'm not sure what I was talking about, but it was very important at the time. All right. So you're going to write an academic paper. But again, if you're into the interwebs, it's a series of tubes. You should get into editing. Editing is the future. And you can make a little small fortune on editing. If you're also looking for a boutique business, start 3D printing with a delivery service. You could get into that relatively cheap for about $3,000 to $5,000. You could start a Amazon fulfillment by Amazon business for about less than $2,000. So this is the future, guys. You got to get ahead of the game. Like me. Hopefully I'm ahead of my own death curve. Oh, by the way, whenever you watch my show, I'm trying not to shake too much. Whenever you watch my show, go to my posts. That's why you listen at 1.5 while you drive or 2.0 on the go, because you read my posts while you're listening to my show, and that's how you do it. So I can't remember what comes after that, but you sit down and you write an academic paper, okay? And so after that, there's a drinking contest. Now, if you ever want to see a great drinking contest, check out Indiana Jones. I think it's the first one where she's having a drinking contest with an Inuit or wherever she is, Siberia or somewhere, and she's having a drinking contest, okay? And so that's the last portion of, or because you could split it, you can say, well, you're not going to drink alcohol, you're going to smoke weed, and you have a weed smoke off, or you have a gummy off, right? And you have to do a challenge while you're doing that. Now, they have all the, like you run the obstacle course and all that stuff, and all this stuff can be worked out, time permitting, whatever you guys want to do, and you'll coordinate. See, again, these projects that I come up with, I'm a team player. I was in a team called the Grievance Committee with other members of my team, and my job in that team was the songwriter. So that was my job. So I did my job, and I was attacked for my racial ambiguity. And I got news for you, sissies. There's never going to be a black versus white race war. Ever. Ever. Because the rest of us here in America will kill the fucking two of you. That's how it works. So anyways, okay, threatening to kill people again. That's what I do. So do something about it. Move on me then. Yeah, they never will. It's all serial harassment. It's really shameful. But anyway, so we're going to wrap it up. You do the 3 challenges. And again, you edit it down. This is a half an hour show, right? And that's it. And you could show 2 a day. And this would be great for Comedy Central or something like that. And again, take a look at Tim Dillon. And he's in a fake beef. This is what they do now. If you want to see a fake beef, check out Eminem and Benzino. They got a fake beef, and that's what they do now to create this fake drama. And so right now, the gal from CBS, she's probably looking for content, is in a fake beef with Tim Dillon. And so that's to get her name out there. And that's why they created one with Sissy Doom from Michigan. I don't give a fuck. Give that guy all your money. Do whatever the fuck you want. That guy's a pussy, man. He's a coward and a bitch. Anyways, but this is what they do now. This is how they do it. They create a fake beef, right? When I was over at the Yard before the moderator for Jay Dyer's show spun algos because I got 300,000 on a TikTok and they're jealous. This is what these guys are now. They're haters. They're men jealous of other men. And I didn't know this was a thing. And they're called haters. And white niggers do it, and so do homies. It's just shameful. It's really stupid. But that's what they did. They got me beat up. So it made Jay Dyer and his plain as homemade soap old lady culpable for that. And that's what you did. And anyways, like I said, we can go to court or we could take it to the court of last resort. I'm on the streets of Los Angeles. That's right. It's the Hemingway Challenge. There should only be 3 sections to it, right? Just like a play, right? You first act, second act, third act. And the third act is going to be getting loaded. But the critical 4th act is what? When you edit it together. And the important part of the show is that the very next day, you interview them and you talk to them about, it's the after show. They do that on Bravo. They do the after show. Or, you know what I mean? Where they do like a little diary and the guy comes on and talks to them like, how do you feel about that episode or what happened? So a lot of these reality shows, they feed them alcohol anyways, right? Like on 90 Day Fiance. Yeah, wait till those producers are culpable for a rape or a molestation because you got someone drunk, or a DUI or a murder, right? Wait till you're culpable for something like that. That's why this has to be a controlled, safe environment. It's all about safety. Trust me, take my word for it. I grew up in an unsafe household, and because of it and our racial ambiguity, I got targeted by scumbag law enforcement, not the good guys, not the guys who you could see coming with a badge and a uniform. Those are usually the good guys. Not always, because life is complex, but those are usually good guys because you could see them coming. And anyways, my mother was in law enforcement, and then I married a stupid bureaucrat myself. I'm not going to get into too much hate speech today. That is the Hemingway challenge. I am here to challenge Hollywood and Hollywood and anybody else who wants to challenge me, but unfortunately, there's never any takers. Thank you very much for watching my show. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know.